I want to talk today about the G8 and G20 summit in Toronto. This is a demonstration of how people who are elected to office on the pretext that they represent Western Canada become actually Western Canada's representative of the government of Ottawa, and in the same way, those in Ottawa don't become the government from Canada, they become the government of Canada. They become those whose primary focus is world attention, power, and the imperialistic attitude that they can spend the people's money any way they like, and there's nothing you can do about it. And $1 billion for a big celebration and photo op for these intellectuals of the world, the elite, who consider themselves above the people they govern, is a demonstration of how this phenomenon has developed, how dangerous it is when governments believe that they can actually evict people from their own homes. And in the area of the G8 and G20 summit, people are being told by the police, we want you out of here for the period of this celebration. We don't want you around here. Take a holiday. They're being told to leave their own homes. This I heard from someone directly involved in this situation. That's what's become of our so-called democracies as they head towards the status of the oligarchy, where those in power have the money to get re-elected on a pretext during an election, and after the election they spend your money and mine any way they like, doing whatever they think is appropriate and satisfying the little group of friends, the world's international elite that they happen to belong to for that time that they're in power. And so to stay in power, they'll do almost anything to please their friends. And that reminds me of the whole subject of organizations like the Bilderbergers and these sort of secret conferences of the super wealthy and super powerful that get together and decide the fate of the world. These occasions are demonstrating that democracy has failed when there is no direct democracy, where there is no right of referendum initiative and recall, and where between elections you can do absolutely nothing. And that's why we need a whole constitutional change in Western Canada, so that direct democracy is possible, referendum initiative and recall is possible and attainable, as it is with the HST in British Columbia. They didn't think it was ever possible for British Columbians to stop the HST. Well, it is possible, and it will happen, because there are a number of people today who have signed the petition sufficient to force a referendum on the issue. And unless the constitutional nature of Canada changes, these massive wastes of public money are going to continue. Whether it's Liberal, Conservative, or NDP, they're all the same in that regard. They all love to get into power, and once in power, spend your money any way they like. So if you really want to save democracy in the true sense of the word, so that an election is not the end of the road and the road to power for those who get in and those who win, then you must realize that Western Canada has a duty to future generations to free the West and build a nation where real democracy can exist. And that's why I'm here today, and will be in the future, to say again and again and again, free the West.